We have another death, and it appears I have a faulty mouse. I guess I'll just have to battle my way through this one. Kitty Dukakis, wife of former governor and presidential candidate Michael Dukakis, she dies at age 88. Okay, let's watch the news clip over here.
She was the First Lady of Massachusetts, the wife of a presidential hopeful, activist, and mother of three. But Kitty Dukakis will be remembered most for her public and honest personal revelations. Born in Cambridge, Katharine Dixon was the daughter of the late famous Pops conductor, Harry Ellis Dixon. Her marriage would take her to new heights. When Governor Dukakis won the Democratic nomination for president in 1988, she was an energetic public speaker.
It was incredibly exciting. It was just, I think, one of those times in our lives that neither one of us will ever forget.
She urged her husband to more aggressively fend off GOP attacks and said she was heartsick after her husband famously flubbed a controversial debate question.
If Kitty Dukakis were raped and murdered, would you favor an irrevocable death penalty for the killer?
No, I don't, Bernard, and I think you know that I've opposed the death penalty during...
He said, I really blew it.
Mrs. Dukakis later said that it was best that her husband lost his presidential bid because a crisis, she said, would have sent her out of control. She wrote tell-all books about her addictions to alcohol and diet pills, her depression, and the shock therapy that saved her life.
I don't feel 100%, but I'm really feeling better. There's some hope at the end of all of this.
Despite her inner battles, Mrs. Dukakis made valuable contributions, serving on the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Council, advocating for immigrants, refugees, and women who shared her struggles.
Oh, so the volume just went away? Okay, so I guess that's the end of that clip. So man, let me let y'all know. Look, these are characters on a world stage, okay? And there's a lot going on with this one. I don't like to lean towards these political stories and really cover these in detail, but you're going to see once again with this story that there's a lot going on with the language here, okay? So, Kitty Dukakis, wife of former governor and presidential candidate Michael Dukakis, dies at age 88. Now let's get into this breakdown, okay? And like I said, there is a lot going on here, okay? And there's going to be something I miss, of course. Here's her page right here. So Katharine Dukakis was an American author, and she died Friday, by the way. As I'm recording this, she died yesterday, March 21st. She, American author, activist for various social causes, served as the First Lady of Massachusetts from 75 to 79, 83 to 91, and of course, wife of the governor of Massachusetts, Michael Dukakis. So what? Is he still the governor? Governor of Massachusetts? No.
According to Wikipedia, Maura Tracy Healy is an American lawyer and politician serving as the 73rd governor of Massachusetts since 2023.
Okay. So this is the governor of Massachusetts right now, Maura Healy. All right. So let's go back over here to the breakdown. All right. So we watched one video. We'll watch another one at the end. And if you don't know by now, I'm a decoder, right? It's a gift and a curse. Look at this. So we got the trending name with this death, right? Dukakis. And I do these stories daily. So when I see that name, makes me think of Sudeikis. Jason Sudeikis trending. Okay? Returning for a fourth season Ted Lasso. Okay? Look at the language. Jason Sudeikis. Kitty Dukakis. Now, I want you to notice those 63s and 36s, and I just simply pulled this slide from that breakdown. Notice the 63s and 36s right there. Oh, but before we get to that, this character died. Okay? Emily Duquesne, Belgian actor, age 43, rare cancer. So, Emily Duquesne, Dukakis, you see that right there? You see it? Kitty Dukakis dies. Emily Duquesne dies. Hazel Dukes dies. All trending. Dukes, Duquesne, Sudeikis, but he got the come up, right? He didn't die. He got the come up. Season 4 of the show Ted Lasso. Sudeikis, Dukakis, Duquesne, Hazel Dukes, right? All of these characters trending by the language, okay? But I want you to take note again of the 36s, 63s with Sudeikis, right? Sudeikis, Dukakis. Look at how similar that is. It's just pronounced a little bit different, okay? But you see the 63s and 36s. That show connected with soccer. You see it right there. And you also get a Friday date with that breakdown. Look, Kitty Dukakis, born in 36. And she dies on Friday. 36, 36, and 63 with the language right there. So you see how that works? 36, 63, 36, and you see how it connects with that story. And you can see it's by the language. Once again, okay? Now notice she passes 85 days after her December 26th birthday. Kitty equates to 85. Ordinal cipher. Catherine Kitty Dukakis. You see it right there. That's off of I think that's off of Wikipedia. Catherine Kitty Dukakis. 86 in reduction. Okay? And it's an 86-day span from her birthday to her death date. And 86 means to get rid of. And I can't wait no longer. Okay? Notice is that her maiden name? Dixon. And her nickname is Kitty. And is this his name she took? Dukakis? Are you serious? And her husband ran against Bush and lost? Are you serious? Kitty Dixon Dukakis, and he ran against Bush. Oh my God, they're laughing at us, aren't they? I'm just catching the Dixon right there. I think they're laughing at us, y'all. So you're telling me she was Dixon before Dukakis, and she goes by Kitty, and her husband Michael ran against Bush. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Notice how she died at 88. Again, that was the 88 United States presidential campaign. Her husband. You see that? United States presidential debate. Here is what, this is what I clipped. But H.W. Bush and Dukakis. Okay, are you serious? Look at the day that the elections that year were held. The 8th day of November. So she dies at 88. It's the wife of Michael Dukakis, and it was the 88 election. Are you serious? Of course, HW came out on top. And then the elections were on the 8th. What a joke. And again, Kitty, Dukakis, Dixon, I guess her maiden name, and Bush. Don't forget, which Bush was it who had Dick Cheney? And didn't he shoot a guy named Harry while hunting? So you got Harry, you got Bush, you got Kitty, you got Dixon, and you got Dukakis. What a joke. And now you get she's dead at 88. We know Trump equals 88, okay? Trump equals 88, and it's not a coincidence. Wife of former governor and presidential candidate dies at 88. You even see text Trump to 88022. You think I want to say this guy's name? And I have no choice. Do you understand? This is completely obvious. And what a damn joke. This is a fake world. Okay? And, are we too busy on our phones? I'm guilty as well. But at least I'm trying to show you all these fake ass stories. Do you understand? I'm not watching edited videos of cats flying with wings. You know what I'm saying? Right? I'm not into the whole AI movement. This is ridiculous. Okay? Even look at Michael Dukakis, former governor of Massachusetts. She's former first lady, I guess, to the governor. Do they call it the first lady to the governor? I don't know. And look at this guy. You could tell he's related to somebody. I just can't pinpoint it right now. And they're not going to tell us. I got to sit here and do the breakdown. Who is it? Who is this guy looking like? Is he looking like Ronald Reagan? I'm not 100% sure, but let's break away and let's try to figure this out real quick. Ronald Reagan. Which guy does he look like? So that's Reagan. Does he look like Michael? Does he? Oh my God, I think he does. So I may be wrong. Don't let me fly off the handle. This is Dukakis right here. This is Reagan. I may be wrong about that. I don't know. They do kind of look similar. Let me pull the image up. I don't plan on doing none of this, y'all, okay? I don't plan on doing none of this. This guy looks like a freaking game show host or something. So here's Michael Dukakis. And I may completely be botching this as well. No, I don't want to save it. Open the image. Why does it keep saving it? There. Oh, I guess it won't open the image. So I'll just share it. It keeps saving it. It won't open the image. So that's Ronald Reagan. And it's possible that he looks like Michael Dukakis right here. Or who? Pat Sajak? For Christ's sakes. So anyways, let's just go back over here. Dude's related to somebody. I don't know. But look at his birthday, and I want you to see how it connects with politics. He's born the 11th month, the 3rd day, 113. He's in politics. Politics equals 113. His freaking last name equals 113. You see that? Not only that, politics has 50 like Dukakis. Dukakis has 22 like Kitty. Okay, these are just 4 ciphers with the English language, the alphabet. This is what we speak. Okay, what I mean, it's a complete joke. You understand? I'm literally offended. Dukakis, Dixon, Bush, Kitty. What a joke. Okay, even Donald equals 50. And Donald D, Dukakis D, right? And of course, there's more, man. Presidential candidate. Wife of former governor and presidential candidate dies at 88. Presidential candidate 193. ABC 123 cipher. That's the 44th prime number. Kitty Dukakis checks him with 44 in reduction. You can go check the calculator yourself. Kill equals 44. Okay. Oh, by the way, they're not saying how she died, right? How many minutes are we in before I guess we're just led to assume that she dies because she's 88? Because I scanned the whole article and they're saying she battled with like drugs and such. I don't know if I put that the right way. Let me play this.
Kitty Dukakis' family says she fought to make the world better by sharing her vulnerabilities to help others face theirs. Her son, John Dukakis, says she died after a long illness Friday at 8.
Oh, so they say a long illness. I couldn't see it in here. And that's usually a go-to for them. But I mean, she is 88. And it says she keeps talking about struggles with depression and addiction. As I scroll through the article, they bring up just different battles that she's had. I guess with the two, right? You know, and she's put in an effort to educate youngsters against the perils of drug and alcohol abuse. Oh, it says her husband. Oh, and she, right? And even look at this. Kitty Dukakis entered a 60-day treatment program for alcoholism. Donald Trump equals 60. You know what I'm saying? It said several months later she suffered a relapse and was hospitalized after drinking rubbing alcohol. Okay. You don't hear about that a lot with a high level person on the world stage, but hey, I guess you got to do what you got to do. So they say a long illness. Let me continue to play this.
Age 88 at home near Boston, surrounded by family and her husband,
Oh,
Michael Dukakis.
her home in Boston? Boston equals 22. And we'll get back to that.
A former Massachusetts governor who lost his Democratic bid to be president. The mother of 3 won high marks as a campaigner for her husband and as the former First Lady of Massachusetts. Her book, Now You Know, reveals how she overcame an addiction to alcohol, amphetamines, and depression that began as a young adult.
Is that John
I'm
Kerry
Julie
right there?
Walker.
This guy even looks like John Kerry. It probably isn't him. Speaking of John Kerry, Mariah Carey's trending. I don't think that's John Kerry, but the dude, I mean, come on, man. Okay, so, again, this is ridiculous, right? Let's go back over here now. So they said a long illness, huh? No specifics or what? These ads are freaking annoying, man. Illness. Illness. Look at this. You get 99 with illness. She dies Friday. Friday equals 99. Long illness. Long illness has 138, 48, and 60 like Donald Trump. Like Donald Trump. 138, 48, and 60. You see that? Hold on. A complete match with Donald Trump? Oh, 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 it's magic. Even presidential. Look at that, y'all. On the fly. Oh, of course it's going to do that. Yeah, just leave it nice and highlighted right there. Let me zoom in. Look at that. Dead at 88. Trump equals 88. A super match. Her son said a long illness, 138, 48, 159, and 60, a complete super match with Donald Trump. And they said she checked into a 60-day treatment as well. Right there. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go back to the breakdown. Let's just go back over here. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Let's go play this other video. Dixon, Dukakis, Bush, Harry. What was the other one?
She was the First Lady of Massachusetts, the wife.
Breaking news right now on your Saturday morning. Kitty Dukakis, the former First Lady of Massachusetts and the outspoken wife of 1988 Democratic presidential nominee Michael Dukakis, has died. On the campaign trail, Dukakis revealed she had an addiction to diet pills. Kitty Dukakis was 88.
Oh, they're saying diet pills now. And then she dies. Let's put diet pills in. Look, if anybody, we're going to get, then we might get some bots in here where the bots are like, dude, you're crazy. Right? If this stuff isn't obvious, I'm not falling for it, okay? I'm not falling for the bots. Never have, never will. There's the first, that's the day that, isn't that the day that Trump, or was that that's the day that Trump got the attempt on his life the first time. 13th day of the 7th month. And look at the 106, like the January 6th insurrection. And, Donald John Trump. Man, this mouse is a joke. I don't know why the other mouse just broke on me. And Donald John Trump, John equals 16 and 61. Right there. So look at that super match again. Bam. Okay. So, I'll scan the article a little bit more. I'm a little bit upset about the. It's a joke with the language again. Kitty. And look, you get a K like Kamala. Okay, hold on. Wife of former governor and presidential candidate. So that's interesting because you get the K, right? And then you get that presidential stuff in there, and Kamala as a part of her role almost hit that, right? But let's look at him again. So let's check out. So the presidential election in 88 was 5 days after his birthday. So we got a minute or two here. Let's put his birthday in here and run his birthday to this death of his wife. 11/3/2024, his last birthday, and she dies 3/21. Oh, I have one more connection too. Oh my God. Oh my God. She dies 138 days after her husband's birthday. Son says a long illness. Long illness, 138, like Donald Trump. You see that? Holy. I better stop myself. Holy crap. You have got to be kidding me. Hold on. 138 days is the same as 19 weeks and 5 days? Richard West, shout out to you, man. Oh, I thought we had 195 there. Oh my God. Good Lord, man. I'm going to miss something here. And look at Duquesne D, Dukes D, Donald D, Daniel D, Daniel Sudeikis. Daniel's his real name, I think. Daniel D, Dukakis D. Holy shit. God damn it, man. Excuse me.
Kitty Dukakis' family says she fought to make the world better by sharing her vulnerabilities to help others face theirs. Her son, John Dukakis, says she died after a long illness Friday at age 88 at home near Boston, surrounded by family and her husband, Michael Dukakis, a former Massachusetts
I'm
governor
sure
who
he was
lost his
surrounded by her.
Democratic bid to
Look,
be
here's a
president.
63 right
The
here.
mother of three won high marks as a campaigner for her husband and as the former First Lady of Massachusetts. Her book, Now You Know, reveals how she overcame an addiction to alcohol, amphetamines, and depression that began as a young adult. I'm Julie Walker.
There's a 63 right there. That hit all day long with the George Foreman death breakdown. 63. Look at that. Divorced and had a 3-year-old son. Married Michael Dukakis in 63. Dies on Friday. Friday equals 63, 36, 36, born in 36. And that connected all day long with the Foreman death. Connected to Ali and Mike Tyson. Holy crap. Joe Frazier in that breakdown. I'm blown away, man. I'm blown away every time I do this. So before I go any longer, forgive me. Kitty Dukakis, wife of former governor and presidential candidate, dies at 88. Until next time.